you don't know, my name's Dusty, and today, tonight, yes, tonight, I want to talk about DMing or GMing, specifically GMing on easy mode. Okay, so if you don't know what I mean by that, it's like this. Like if you think about a video game, there's easy mode, medium, hard. You dig what I'm saying? And hard is like, when it comes to GMing, think of hard as like you're publishing your adventures. You know, um, medium is like you're writing your own adventures and running them, and then easy mode is where you're running pre-written adventures and stuff like that. So I'm talking about tonight. I'm talking about because I've been writing my own adventures and stuff, and I need to, and that takes time. It takes quite a bit of time to write your own adventures. I don't publish my stuff, but I'm writing my own stuff, and it takes quite a bit of time, and it's time that I need to do some other things. So I'm switching from normal mode to easy mode. I'm switching from writing my own adventures to running pre-written adventures, and I'm going to tell y'all how I'm going to do that. Now I'm getting my my group of players. I'm getting their characters to a small town, and then once they're at the small town, uh, what I'm going to do is run these pre-written adventures, and I'm going to get them free. Now, where can you get free pre-written D&D adventures? You go to the DM's Guild. Okay, go to the DM's Guild, and you can't really do it on your phone. Uh, well, you can, but you have to click the desktop version. Click the desktop version, and then you can filter out. You can filter. Again. You can filter search results. So you want to choose adventure, and you want to make sure you choose 5e, and you want to set the price to free, and you're going to see a laundry list of free adventures pop up. Those are free Dungeons and Dragons adventures that you can download, print, and run for your game. And so that's what I'm talking about. Running a game or GMing on easy mode is, you get your players to a town or whatever, and then you jump on the DM's Guild between games, and you find a free adventure that you like, you download it. Yeah, it's funny. It's fun. I'll I don't know if that phrase is funny, man. It might be funny to you. I don't know about it. I'll tell you, for some reason, ever since high school, I found the word cow bubbles funny. Cow bubbles. How about you? Is that funny to you? Huh? Jose Barrera? Anyway, so back to GMing on easy mode. Cow bubbles, exactly. You dig what I'm saying? Anyway, so DMing on or GMing on easy mode, you go to the DM's Guild, you go to Adventures 5e, and go to free as price. And you got this laundry list of free adventures that you can choose. Download them. Now, I always say, I didn't know that. I didn't know that was a meme. I always say, if you're going to download an adventure from the DM's Guild, I print mine out, and then I go through it and I change it to fit my game and fit my players. I mean, you could run it as is, but myself, I like to customize it and make it more tailor made to my players. So sometimes I'll go through and I'll change monsters, or maybe I'll change loot or whatever. And so I know that's an extra step, and it adds a little more time to prep. And if you ain't got that, you ain't got that. But uh, it does make it feel more personalized for your game. Uh, it's not necessary though. Anyway, so that's GMing on easy mode, and that's what I'm gonna do at least for the foreseeable future. You thought Bubble Guppy was funny? That's like a kid's show, I think. Bubble Guppies. Um, so the next thing is, uh, so there's a lot of role playing games out, not just D&D. How do you learn a role playing game? I mean, you're talking about books that are the size of textbooks. How do you learn it without reading this book cover to cover? And honestly, there's games you can read cover to cover and still not know how to play it exactly right. So how do you learn a new role playing game? When I was a young dude and I was playing role playing games, my cousin was always the GM, and he would GM different game after different game after different game, and I said, man, how do you learn all these games? How do you know how to run all these games? And he told me his secret, and it's what I've used, and that is, you make a character. That teaches you character creation. That also teaches you all the things that come on the character sheet, your skills and attributes and stuff. And then you run a mock battle. And you do that, you learn the combat rules. So once you've made a character and you've run a combat, you've got a bulk of the rules learned, and all you did was make a character and run a combat. You didn't read through the entire book yet. And so that's what he said. He said, make a character, run a combat. And that gives you a bulk of what the book is going to have in it. After that, I would include and then read the rule section in the book. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm learning a new game. This is the game I'm going to be talking about pretty soon. Cyberpunk Red. I love Cyberpunk. Do y'all like Cyberpunk? Let me know in the comments. Cyberpunk is a pretty cool genre. It's a dystopian future, high tech, low life. It's fertile ground for a lot of interesting stories. So I'm learning Cyberpunk Red. R. Talsorian Games was cool enough to send me a complimentary copy of the Cyberpunk Red rulebook. And so I'm learning that game. I'm going to run it for a group, and then I'm going to talk about it on the channel. But I'm learning that game. First thing I did, I made a character, and I am reading the rules section, so I'm doing a little out of order. But I am going to run a combat when I get a buddy over. It is pretty cool. It is pretty cool. Cyberpunk, it's really gritty. It's really gritty. It's not like, a fantasy game where it's like knights and a dragon. It's really gritty, and you can die quick in the game, so you gotta be careful. But yeah, so I made a character. I'm gonna run a mock battle soon, and I'm reading the rules, and that's how I learn a game, is doing those 3 steps. If anybody has another way, another like kind of cheat sheet way of doing it, let me know, because reading an entire book, this thick, cover to cover, that takes way too much time when you just want to jump into the game and get going. You dig what I'm saying? And so, yeah, I showed you Cyberpunk Red. That kind of brings me into what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward right now because I got a lot of things kind of coming up. Monty Cook Games got back to me this past week, and they're going to be sending me something. Yeah, it is a thick book. Monty Cook Games is going to be sending me Arcana of the Ancients. That's a 5e source book. I'm going to include that into my home game, and then I'll give you guys a review of that. It's going to be some pretty cool stuff. I'll talk about that more when that comes in. Another thing I'm looking forward to, Cyberpunk Red, is going to be pretty awesome to learn and run. and it's gonna be pretty gritty. I love Cyberpunk. If you've watched like Judge Dredd, RoboCop, Ghost in the Shell, all those are like Cyberpunk movies. I mean, there's a lot more, but when it comes to the style of Cyberpunk I run, especially the new Judge Dredd and Ghost in the Shell, like those two really crystallize the kind of Cyberpunk that I'm gonna run. So yeah, Cyberpunk Red. I'm gonna run that, and then after that, I'm gonna be doing. I wish I had the book next to me. It's basic role playing. Uh, the Universal Game Engine from Chaosium Games. That's another game that I'm gonna be learning, but that's a universal game system, so I'm gonna have to write the setting and all the characters and everything for that. So that's gonna take me a little longer. That will probably be out closer to the fall, and then after that, I got some other stuff from another person that I have to go through and use and review for you guys. I I don't like doing reviews of stuff that I haven't used. I don't like it when I watch somebody and they're like, hey, I flipped through the book and, it looks cool, you know. So I like to tell you guys about something usually after I've used it at my game table. Because I want to tell y'all, because people can make a beautiful looking book or a beautiful looking product, but doesn't mean that it runs great. Why would you want to drop 40, 50, $60 on a product that looks nice but runs like garbage? And I don't know about you, but I ain't got money like that to be just wasting. So so that's one of the reasons I do what I do is I want to get these products, use them, and then let you know how it went. Did it go smooth, or was it like rough? Did we have to sit at the table and flip through pages and pages and pages just to find what we needed? You know what I mean? Or were we running all right and then we realized like a whole section of the rules is missing? You know what I mean? Anyway, so yeah, that's what this one was about. How to DM GM on easy mode, how to learn a new game, and what I'm looking forward to. Hope y'all dug it. Hey, you know the motto, man. Grab some friends and roll some dice, bruh.